Richard I of England, better known as Richard the Lionheart, was born on September 8, 1157. The third son of King Henry II and Eleanor of Aquitaine, he wasn't expected to become king. Yet, from a young age, Richard's destiny was clear. He was a warrior at heart, not a ruler content with sitting on a throne. Richard's early life was filled with political intrigue and rebellion. As Duke of Aquitaine, he faced many battles, not just against rivals, but even against his own father. These experiences forged Richard into the military commander he would later become famous for. His courage and skill in battle earned him the nickname Lionheart, a title that resonated throughout Europe. When Richard ascended to the English throne in 1189, after the death of his father, he had little interest in ruling from his kingdom. His heart was set on the Third Crusade, a grand campaign to retake Jerusalem from the Muslim forces led by Saladin. This was not just about religion, it was about proving his worth on the international stage, showing the world that he was the ultimate Christian warrior. In 1191, Richard's first great victory came during the siege of Acre, a stronghold that had been besieged for nearly 2 years. Under Richard's command, the Crusaders finally took the city, a key moment in the Third Crusade. However, his actions after the battle revealed the more ruthless side of Richard's character. He ordered the execution of nearly 3,000 Muslim prisoners when negotiations with Saladin failed, a decision that shocked many at the time and continues to darken his legacy. Despite this, Richard and Saladin developed a mutual respect. Both were considered chivalrous leaders in their own right. Though they fought bitterly on the battlefield, they were also known for their negotiations and truces. Richard's ultimate goal was to retake Jerusalem, but after several fierce battles, including the Battle of Arsuf, it became clear that capturing the Holy City would be difficult. By 1192, Richard was forced to negotiate a truce with Saladin. Under their agreement, Jerusalem would remain under Muslim control, but Christian pilgrims were allowed safe access to the Holy City. While Richard didn't achieve his ultimate goal of reclaiming Jerusalem, his leadership and bravery throughout the Crusade further cemented his reputation as a warrior king. After the Crusade, Richard faced a new challenge: returning home. On his journey back to England, Richard was captured by Duke Leopold of Austria, who held a grudge against him. Richard's capture led to a massive ransom demand, one of the largest in medieval history. The people of England were heavily taxed to raise the money to free their king, a burden that lasted for years. Finally, after more than a year in captivity, Richard was released in 1194. Upon his return, Richard discovered that his younger brother, John, had been plotting to seize the throne. But Richard quickly reasserted control, leaving England once again to defend his territories in France. His reign, although spanning nearly a decade, saw him spend less than a year on English soil. Richard's real passion was the battlefield, not governance. In 1199, while laying siege to a small castle in Chalus, France, Richard was struck by a crossbow bolt. The wound became infected, and despite the best efforts of his doctors, Richard the Lionheart died on April 6, 1199. He was only 41 years old. His body was buried in France, while his heart was laid to rest in Rouen, a symbol of his deep connection to his French territories. Despite spending so little time in England, Richard the Lionheart became a legendary figure in English history. His reputation as a valiant and daring Crusader king has endured for centuries, inspiring countless stories, films, and books. But Richard's legacy is complicated. While many view him as a hero, others see him as a reckless ruler whose ambitions drained his kingdom and inflicted suffering on his people. To this day, the debate continues. Was Richard the Lionheart a noble hero or a ruthless warrior? His short but eventful reign left an indelible mark on history, one that continues to captivate and divide historians and admirers alike. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, Make sure to like, share and subscribe for more historical content. Let us know in the comments. What do you think of Richard the Lionheart's legacy? Was he a heroic crusader or a king more focused on war than ruling?